Hey, yo, the ancestors wildin' out, yo. The ancestors wildin' out. The main building at Nottoway Plantation. The oldest surviving antebellum slavery plantation. Heads on fire, baby. The ancestors is not playing. A lot of people don't understand hoodoo. See, hoodoo, people think that we're just root workers. You know, your element is just earth and water. Oh, no. They use fire, too, baby. They use fire. And you know it's bad when it's on World Star, baby. I told you, 2025 and beyond. Listen, white supremacists, y'all have had your time. You've had your time. And now the ancestors, they have said, burn this shit up. Burn this shit up. I told you. I told you. The ancestors, they are not playing games this year, yo. I'm trying to not upset them. I want to keep them happy because, Lord, they are busy.
Our ancestors is jumping in joy right now. What a beautiful sight this is, y'all. Isn't this a beautiful sight? When I seen this, I was like, bye. We ain't gonna miss you. First thing that came to my mind was Usher. I'm like, let that bitch burn. So for the people that don't know, this was the Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana, the largest remaining antebellum mansion in the US. I mean, was the largest. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This joint had to go. This house right here then enslaved over 300 people. Our ancestors. This joint had 64 rooms and it took up 53,000 square feet. I'm glad it's gone. Let me get some GGs down in the chat if y'all feel how I feel. Like, I don't give a about this bed burning. Let it burn. So y'all don't get it? America loves to preserve the parts of the history that they're proud of, but they always want to cover up the truth.
Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's episode. I really appreciate your love and your support. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa and today we are going to talk about Nottoway Plantation. Once the largest surviving antebellum mansions in South America has been burnt down. And the reactions, let's just say, it's not everyone who is mourning, but many Black Americans are just call it poetic justice. But why? What does this old mansion symbolize? And why people are saying that its falls feels like healing? So stick with me as we unpack the deeper reasons behind this celebration and what this fire means in today's America. Credit goes to all original creators that we're going to see on our screens. Kindly tell me what you think in the comment section. I'll be back with more commentary.
Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Fire. Woo, 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 woo. Nottoway Plantation down there right underneath Baton Rouge, home to 150-something slaves, is burning to the ground. Thank you, ancestors. Mind you, people love this God-forsaken, evil-ass place. Look at this place, is the shit they got on this property, y'all. They got the nerve to call this fucking cursed ground a damn resort. It was owned by John Randolph. May he burn in hell continuously. And all his family members, and I hope some of them on this page right now. I don't know if the ancestors wanted to remind us to keep up the good fight of faith or what. I ain't never been so happy to see smoke billowing. God damn it. Look at the beautiful, beautiful footage. I know. Some of y'all say, Darian, this is a historical landmark. This historical landmark. Burn, baby, burn. That's where it's located. God bless you, ancestors. God knows I wish we could have been there to put some on the grill when this bitch burnt to the ground. Here's to many more burning up. Fire.
So they say this Nottoway Plantation done burned to the ground in Louisiana. Look at God. He been showing out in 2025. I can't hold you. He been showing out. Now, a lot of people are saying that because Annabelle has left Louisiana and now she out her butt here in Texas. Girl, what is coming down now? It's plenty for you to get rid of her. It's plenty for you to get rid of her. But yeah, it done went down in flame. Ain't that the way to go? Sound like some Sinners energy to me had flew through there. Baby. Make sure I'm far from whatever you finna have go down on your way out, Annabelle, because they said she in I believe San Antonio this weekend. Whatever you're gonna roll out and knock down, make sure you give me a warning, okay? I just want to be out the way, okay? Because I'm not mad at your energy if you're gonna knock some stuff down. It should have been knocked down long time ago. They talking about they was using that space for events and wedding planning at the plantation. That's that repurposed mess that don't be really repurposed, but it's been destroyed. The ancestors said, it's fuck around and find out time. Did say, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. It is giving last. Shall be first season in this mug. Yeah, they real mad. They is real mad about that.
Y'all mean to tell me that Annabelle done left Louisiana? No sooner has she left the state and made her way to Texas, does the largest plantation in Louisiana get set up on fire and burn. Nottoway plantation, y'all, that enslaved 176 people, I believe, burned up. A plantation that, as we know, was romanticized and made into a romantic attraction, a resort. Look at you now. I think it's safe to say the ancestors are on our side. They hear us. They see what's going on. And they tired of the bullshit. And when we said we are not going back, they said we are not going back. I would not be surprised if we start seeing this happen to plantations around the country. Those that have been romanticized and ignore the experiences of the enslaved African Americans who were here against their will, and the torture and the horrors and trauma that happened on these grounds. I would not be surprised if we start seeing this happen all around the country. A reckoning. And now they got Annabelle headed to Texas. I think she's in San Antonio right now. My hometown, actually. If y'all could make a detour to Austin and just drop her off with Greg Hot Wheels Abbott. Maybe Ted Cruz too, just for an hour. Just an hour or so. Just let her sit. Just let her sit. And then y'all could take her to wherever y'all going next. But just consider it, okay?
I keep telling y'all, these spirits that you keep playing with, keep joking about, are not playing with you. So you see that Nottoway plantation just so happened to burn down. A plantation that slaves built. A plantation that's been around since 1859. Just out of the blue, it burned down. Matter of fact, look at this shit. Look at this. So you telling me that just randomly happened? That fire just randomly started? Yeah, okay. You got these people playing around with this Annabelle doll that's on tour. You got people calling on spirits that they're not supposed to be calling on, and look what happened. And let me say this. A lot of people are upset because this house burned down. What about the people that built that plantation? What about the slaves that built that plantation? See, what a lot of people don't understand is in Louisiana, these plantations still exist. We just don't know about them. We just don't hear about them. But they are still there. Which means what? It means those spirits are still there. And it also means that some of those spirits were waiting in the afterlife for that plantation to be gone. Somebody's ancestors risked their life to build that. I'll tell you what I do know. I know for a fact that if you call on something and it hears you, it will definitely come, whether you believe it or not. I took a trip to New Orleans, and let me tell you this. When I took that trip, my spirit didn't feel right. It's a wonderful town. I enjoyed myself, but my spirit didn't feel right. I don't have bad things to say about Louisiana, but what I will say is my spirit felt that something is there. And this right here proves exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all better learn how to leave well enough alone, or you're gonna find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. I'm out.
Because, of course, there's going to be the white people in the comments saying, all these comments are so disgusting and sad. Like, a building doesn't commit sins, you guys. It's beautiful. You can't see it by the architecture. The architecture. Like, it's such a beautiful place, and this is just so sad. All of these hateful comments. Why are all the comments about slavery? That's like y'all going to the concentration camps where the Holocaust took place, the gas chambers, and saying, oh wow, look at how great this is built. It's so beautiful. And then going an extra mile and saying, why are all these comments about the Holocaust? Like, y'all get for real right now. The amount of horrible things that happened on these grounds, in these walls. And while I can understand for historic purposes that it's great to have these things still around so that we are reminded of what happened, but when this is turned into a resort, then we got a problem. Our ancestors will not be mocked. Our trauma will not be mocked. The disgusting, horrible, traumatic, violent things that happened in these walls, on these grounds, is not something to romanticize and make beautified and forgotten and swept to the side because of the architecture. Are y'all for real? People's family members were unalived here, and it's been made into a resort. Like, and y'all in the comments talking about why are all the comments about slavery? As the largest antebellum mansion in Louisiana burns down. And you can't fathom why African American people are celebrating, are saying good, and are talking about our ancestors. Like, this is our family history. Like, I don't think it's clicking for some of y'all. Y'all can't fathom why we're relishing and celebrating the destruction of a reminder of our family's trauma and abuse and violence that your people inflicted on us. Trauma that lives still within our DNA has impacted the very essence of our being, our very molecular level. But yet you can understand romanticizing it. You can understand making it a place, a getaway, a place to visit, a place to I want to get married here. Y'all can understand that.
As a black person that grew up on a plantation in South Louisiana, it does not shock me at all seeing how sad white people are acting over this Nottoway plantation burning down. I used to ask my mama them same questions I see y'all asking in them different comment sections. Why do white people crave to get married on plantations? Anytime there was a wedding at the plantation, we used to work it. And as soon as I got old enough to tell my mama I didn't want to do that shit no more, I stopped doing that shit. Because anytime I was over there at the big house, whether I was running, hunting, fishing, walking, or either I needed to go over there and take a bath, because the lights would never go out there. No matter Gustav, Katrina, if our lights went out, those lights over there at that plantation house were 100% guaranteed to be on. But anytime I was over there, I felt like somebody was watching me. Sometimes when I would be running over there late in the evening or at night, it would look like figures were standing in the windows, my eyes tearing up even talking about the shit. A bunch of people even got kidnapped over there. I don't know if this was the 70s or the 80s, but I got a lot of stories. But if y'all want to hear more, just let me know.
The largest plantation in America just burnt down. Here's an example, another one, and another one. But that's not even the craziest part. Nottoway Plantation was a plantation resort. Could you imagine a Holocaust labor camp being a place you could get a spa day, a massage, and chill by the pool? Well, we don't got to worry about that anymore because Nottoway is gone. Let the tape roll.
Ever since we done had this unity with the gingers and the black people and everything else and everybody standing up, woo, that plantation burnt down to the ground. Our ancestors are in the back, just smiling, clapping, and rejoicing. Because that plantation burnt to the ground. And I know people gonna be like, what's a historical landmark? And it's a historical landmark of what? We don't care nothing about no plantations that are not romantic to have weddings. It burnt down. Y'all, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. As soon as all this stuff started happening on the FYP, breaking news. Breaking news. Y'all go see. I think it's the Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana. Burnt to a crisp.
You know, America is a very strange place, and I think one of the best pieces of evidence in support of that is the way that we treat plantations. I know the comparison gets drawn a lot. I won't even make the comparison. You know what it is. But it is so insane. The way that people go for picnics on plantations, the way that they get married on plantations, the way they aspire to live in plantations in this country. If there were this country is not apologetic. Let me put it that way. But anyway, the largest historical plantation in Louisiana just burned down the other day. And I see a lot of people celebrating, and I understand why. From an energetic perspective, this feels like a release. It also feels very reminiscent of one of the scenes in Sinners, which, crazy timing. But from a historical preservation perspective, I actually think it's quite concerning and kind of reflects a lot of the other forms of erasure that are happening in this country, in our educational systems, in our museums, in our laws. I mean, this is actually quite sad. There are people here and today who deny that the slave trade ever happened because of the lack of slave ships available for viewing in museums or just preserved generally. This whole joke about redheaded white people being black people spiraling into a situation where people are actually trying to assert that redheads have a similar shared historical and cultural context. These jokes get taken more seriously as the reminders of what the reality of this country is continue to fade away, both intentionally and passively, under the weight of time and under the weight of oppressive regimes. Like, even the word plantation itself functions as a euphemism to some degree in my mind, and as a tool of erasure. Like, there were work camps all across this country and across this half of the planet where we were bred like animals, assaulted, murdered for fun, right? Eaten, turned into chairs and purses, exploited for labor generation after generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. And people can get married there, put the wedding photo up in their office, and not expect anyone to bat an eye. That's America.
All right, let me tell you guys, I don't really understand how people can turn a place which once was really holding Christ. Until now, it has been keeping sad bodies of Black Americans who have been suffering long time ago in this place, and they just turn it into a resort. Where people come and have fun, not for learning the history, not for curiosity of knowing what has been happening in that place, but they just come for events, weddings, taking pictures, having fun and enjoying that place. But in this period of Nottoway plantation burnt down, people are really celebrating, especially Black people are enjoying this because saying this is the sign shows that our ancestors are rising. It's funny to say that, but more believes that their ancestors are winning for their independence. So those people who made their weddings in such a place, just went there for different celebrations. I don't really understand how you take this place. I don't know if you really respect such place where bodies are resting. Please allow them to rest in peace, even if they are dead, but their spirits are always walking around and around. So I would like to say that shame on anyone who made this place a resort or a wedding venue. I don't know how it came, but it's holding a very painful history for Black people. So finally, may the ancestors of that plantation rest in peace, and may the descendants also have the peace. Because you people, for Black people, I'm pretty sure that they really respect such places, plantations. But for white people, I don't really know how they take this thing serious. It's not serious. Like, you might see some people, most of palm colored people, want to make ghosts their best friends. They just go and visit that places, not for a specific person. Probably, as you can say that I'm going to visit my grandma's grave. No, they just go there to look for friendship. They feel like they want to talk to ghosts. I don't know how that spirit came to you guys, but that's why you see this Nottoway plantation has burnt down. It's a sign showing that the ancestors have been very tired of you guys, because honestly, you don't go there for history learning. You just go there for your celebration over bodies which are not really happy because of what we all know that have been going through. And the funny thing that I've heard is that the government have been making investigation to know what really caused that fire on that Nottoway plantation, but it's really not necessary, because what goes around, it comes around. That's what I believe. To me, your past mistakes might come back to haunt you, isn't it? I don't know what you think, guys, but feel free, let me know in the comment section, because this fire have brought many people to talk, like have brought many perspectives, because I don't think that it's something simple or normal. And what I can say, people are not just celebrating the destruction of its own sake, but they are celebrating the collapse of a symbol that never acknowledged the painful it was built on. And you must know this, it's not about the bricks, it's about memory, justice, and recognition. So honestly, tell me, guys, what have you been recognizing about this plantation all these years ago? Which is not just wedding venue, taking pictures, and all that celebration events. That house was a house of horrors. And I love somebody who said, let's now build museum to truth, not lies. So what do we do with spaces like Nottoway? Do we preserve them, turning them into truth-telling memorials, or let them fall to the ground and rise again in a new stories? So the fire might not have been intentional, but its impact, it sparkled more than flames, it sparkled dialogue. And it's crazy that people cannot understand that Nottoway ashes are not just physical. They carry decades of silence, pain, and denial. That's why you see for Black Americans, its fall is like a symbolic. And what I would like to add is this, a long-awaited moment of justice, however small. Should plantation homes be preserved or dismantled? Is joy in destruction ever justified? So drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we are not done telling the stories that matter. It was your girl Vanessa, your presenter today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your love and your support. See you in the next episode.